Pixelgod+SQUAD is all Pixelgod+SQUAD.
Watch on now, yo, hey. I am the kind of person who never give up.
Again. It's good to see you, my friends. Happy Monday. Brand new week. Let's see. Alright. So this is part 2 of the First Lady. Ah, man. The First Lady is making history again. So the rabbit hole got deep on this one, and I'm pretty sure as I keep digging, it's gonna get weirder and deeper and weirder. That's kind of how these Epstein files have been. And her best friend is pissed off. Former best friend. So there's a lady, a model, named Amanda Ungaro, who claims that Melania is just as bad as some of the people who have already been arrested. Now, she's saying on Twitter that she's going to expose Melania for her crimes and I guess her husband too. That was unexpected. I mean, I think we're in this war right now because we're trying to distract from this. But here we go. New threat, so they have to address it. Alright, so I'm going to run this video. And then we have another one. And I'm going to take you guys over to factually. So we can actually fact check some of the things that she's saying, because great speech, but half of it is lies. Alright, let's run this.
Melania Trump walked up to a podium this week and did something no First Lady has ever done. She denied knowing Jeffrey Epstein, unprompted, unscheduled, a surprise press conference, just to say, I was not his victim, I was not his participant.
The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony.
You mean like a normal case? Right. We skipped way past that. Yeah, we know how that ends, so yeah, let's fast forward some of that.
And she was pulled into the American dream the same way Melania was by the same man, Paolo Zampoli, modeling agent, Trump loyalist, the man credited with discovering Melania, bringing her to America, and handing her quite literally to Donald Trump. Zampoli found Ungaro too, recruited her, brought her over. And for years, she says, she sat at the same table, the Mar-a-Lago table, the New Year's Eve table, the one with Donald and Melania at the head of it. She and Zampoli were together for years. They separated in 2023. But the memories, those she kept. Here's where it gets dark. Ungaro says that at 17 years old, she boarded Jeffrey Epstein.
Now it gets dark. I've read a lot of those files. Now it gets dark.
Epstein's private jet, Paris to New York. Her agent, Jean-Luc Brunel, was with her. So were 30 other girls. Beautiful and very young, she told Brazil's O Globo newspaper. I felt immediate discomfort and wanted to get off the plane. I sensed something was wrong, but I did not fully understand the abuse at the time. She does.
You got 30 young girls on a plane. Maybe I should get off. Alright.
Doesn't accuse Epstein of assaulting her directly, but she calls herself a product of his machine, the modeling ecosystem he and Brunel built specifically to traffic in young women. Brunel is dead, Epstein is dead, but Ungaro is very much alive, and she's talking. Fast forward to 2025. Ungaro is arrested in Miami. The charge? Running an alleged unlicensed cosmetic surgery clinic. Botox, procedures, no license. And just like that, she's not just a defendant. She's a detainee. ICE picks her up. She spends more than 3 months in immigration detention. In September 2025, she asks a judge to just deport her. Send me back to Brazil. I'm done. And that should have been the end of it. Then Melania opened her mouth. A verified account, blue tick, active since December 2025, somewhere in Latin America. The name, Amanda Ungaro. The target, the First Lady of the United States. The message, hello Melania, I was around you for 20 years. You knew I was inside ICE, and you know what hurts after all this time? I stayed close to your family, your mother, your father, at events, at everything else. Not because of you, because of them. So shut your mouth when speaking about me. Because I will expose everything I know.
That's pretty direct. That's that's not playing around. That is pretty direct. I will tear down your corrupt system, even if it's the last thing I do in my life. Yo, like in a couple of my older videos, I warned you guys about creating enemies for life. You do not want to do this. Stop screwing people over. Stop playing with people in their families. Because when you do, you create an enemy that's only focused on you. Either going to jail or going to hell. One of the two.
No vague accusations. No attorney-drafted statement. No carefully worded press release. Just a woman, a name, and a threat. Nobody asked Melania Trump to hold that press conference. No formal accusation had been filed. No lawsuit. No congressional hearing. No subpoena. She walked up to that podium on her own. And a woman who says she spent 20 years inside that world. At those tables, at those parties, beside that family, watched it happen from somewhere in Latin America. And decided she had something to say. The question isn't whether Amanda Ungaro can prove what she knows. The question is, why did the First Lady of the United States feel the need to deny it first? That answer? We're still waiting for it.
Yeah, we are. Good luck with finding it out. We've passed laws and everything, and yeah, we're still not able to get the unredacted files and know the full scope of everything. But yeah, man, imagine your best friend's husband is deep in politics and you're sitting in an ICE detention center. Yeah. We're an international model. This lady is pissed. And being that she's pissed, yeah, she's about to try to burn the whole thing down. I can see it now. And that's why Melania is panicking. And I think that's one of the reasons that she gave the interview the other day. But that's one reason. We have another. Like I said, this rabbit hole gets deep. Go check out this video.
Now, Victoria is coming forward to talk, and she's
Victoria.
got some tea. Let's hear a little bit about Victoria and what she has to say about what's going on right now. Let's listen.
Hi, my name is Victoria, and I am coming on here to say that I am going to officially start doing a series to seek justice. I apologize to my attorneys, but I'll get permission from you later. Anyways, essentially, we have gone through this for many, many years. This needs to be put to an end with the Epstein files, with Melania coming out and saying that she had no ties to Epstein. I will literally, being personally involved with Paolo Zampoli, reporting me and my dad to the FBI when he committed the crime. He committed the crime. Me and my dad did nothing. We did nothing wrong. Reported us to the FBI, reported us to the Department of State, is trying to actively sue us. We did nothing wrong. You are the perpetrator, you are a criminal, and I am going to start doing a series on you, Jean-Luc Brunel, Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump. So get ready. And Pam Bondi.
Amanda's come forward, which opened the floodgates for others. These other brave women, now like Victoria, are going to come forward and start speaking truth. I'm going to show you a video right now that Victoria filmed of Trump and Melania. I want you to watch Melania's eyes when she sees that Victoria is the one taking the video. Watch.
See the ghost.
Looks like Melania here has seen a ghost. A little blast from the past. Huh, Melania? You weren't expecting.
She's looking like, what is this bitch doing here? But yeah, let's continue.
Has a lot more to say. Let's see what else she has to say. Watch.
Good morning. I'm barely awake. I'm on like zero sleep, but just like given the situation. But I did get some good news this morning. So WATO, which is We Are the Ocean, they're going to be investigated. And so WATO, We Are the Ocean, they are a sex trafficking and money laundering scheme that was created by Paolo Zampoli, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein. And it's a very, very bad fake company, but they're going to have to testify in Supreme Court. And even though, like, I hate Pam Bondi as Attorney General, I hated all of that, but like, the fact
I think everybody does, mama. Everybody.
whoever he wants, I don't think that Todd Blanche is going to be any better, because Todd Blanche is his personal attorney. Complete conflict of interest, but we'll see how that goes. And that last video cut off, but Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. As is his cellmate, Efren Reyes. Have a great day.
It looks like the past is about to bite somebody in their ass. I find it fascinating how these two think they can mess with other people's families, and there's going to be no blowback on them. No repercussions just because he's the president of the United States and she just happens to be the first lady. The worst first lady this country has ever seen, in my opinion. But that's what they think.
My
If
opinion
you follow
too.
me or subscribe to me, I want you to go and follow Victoria. And this is how you find her. This is her TikTok handle. Please follow her too. Amanda has opened up the floodgates. Amanda has now given the go to every other woman that knows anything about these people to come forward. Victoria's made claims of corporations that are trafficking these young ladies. She's made allegations that J.E. is still alive and well, including his cellmate.
This is wild. So, around TikTok and YouTube the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing this guy called Pete. Pete's from Florida. What do they call him? Palm Beach Pete or something. But it's a guy named Pete, and he looks identical to Jeffrey Epstein. So Victoria's saying that Epstein is still alive. I mean, I kind of thought that myself, but rabbit hole. It goes deeper. So yeah, man, we got to get to the bottom of this. If you guys have found out anything new, put it in the comments. If you've heard something about Amanda and what she's about to release, drop that in the comments. This thing is wilder than I ever thought, and I'm pretty sure Trump is panicking. He feels like it's coming from every direction now. Just release the files, my guy. Let everything happen that's supposed to happen. Yeah, answer for your crimes or whatever it is that you did, but answer for it, and yeah, let's move on, because I don't think this immunity is gonna hold up for this, and it shouldn't. All right, so yeah, man, if you have any info, new info, I'm gonna keep researching this tonight and see what else I can find. But holy crap, the the last 4 days have been crazy, absolutely crazy. So that's it for this one. Yeah, deep down the rabbit hole we go, and don't know where it ends, but hopefully somewhere in the court of law where people are answering for their crimes. Whew. Yeah, we're gonna follow Victoria too, see what she has on this Instagram. All right, so until the next one, that's it for this one. Shout out to the First Lady. Shout out to Victoria and Amanda. Yeah, man, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. This whole thing was unexpected, and gotta admit, I'm enjoying it unraveling, because the way they've disrespected the victims, it's just insane. It's insane. All right, that's it for this one. Gonna drop one more today, and so check out the next video. It's gonna be about an update about Putin taking over the English channel. Well, not taking over, but just basically doing what he wants. All right, that's it for this one. Till next time, I'm out.